Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are exploring the fascinating story behind one of the most widely recognized modern coins in circulation in the Republic of Türkiye, the Turkish 1 lira coin, a coin that may seem simple at first glance but actually carries with it an extraordinary story of national history, economic reform, artistic symbolism, and modern minting technology. Because every coin produced by a nation reflects the identity, culture, and political transformation of that country, and the Turkish 1 lira coin is a perfect example of how a small piece of metal can represent an entire nation's journey through economic challenges and modernization. And to truly understand the importance of this coin, we must first go back to the early years of the Turkish Republic, when the country was undergoing dramatic political and social reforms under the leadership of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, the visionary statesman who transformed the remnants of the Ottoman Empire into a modern secular republic in 1923, and as part of this transformation, Türkiye began creating a modern national currency system that would reflect its independence and national pride, replacing the older Ottoman monetary structures with a new lira-based system that symbolized a fresh beginning for the country. And over the decades, the Turkish lira experienced many changes due to economic inflation and financial restructuring, eventually leading to one of the most significant monetary reforms in modern Turkish history in 2005, when the government introduced the new Turkish lira to remove 6 zeros from the old currency, a dramatic step taken to stabilize the economy and restore public confidence in the national monetary system. And it was during this period that the modern 1 lira coin began to emerge as one of the most important denominations in everyday circulation, representing stability and a renewed identity for the country's financial system. And when collectors examine the coin closely, they immediately notice the elegant portrait of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk on the obverse side, a tribute to the founding father of modern Türkiye, whose legacy continues to shape the country's national identity even decades after his passing. And the decision to place Atatürk's portrait on the nation's coins reflects the deep respect that Turkish society holds for the leader who guided the country through one of the most important transitions in its history, transforming a former empire into a modern republic built on principles of independence, education, and national unity. And beyond the portrait, collectors often admire the detailed design elements surrounding it, including the inscriptions that identify the Republic of Türkiye and the year of minting, each element carefully engraved to ensure both clarity and durability as the coin circulates through millions of hands across the country. And turning the coin to its reverse side reveals another elegant design that represents Türkiye's cultural identity, featuring ornamental patterns inspired by traditional Turkish art and architecture, reflecting the country's rich artistic heritage that blends influences from Central Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. And this decorative motif creates a visual connection between the nation's ancient cultural traditions and its modern monetary system, reminding collectors that currency can serve as a miniature canvas for national art and symbolism. And, of course, none of this would be possible without the work of the Turkish State Mint, the official institution responsible for producing Türkiye's coins with high precision and security, ensuring that every 1 lira coin meets strict standards of weight, composition, and durability so that it can function reliably in everyday commerce. And the modern 1 lira coin itself is a bimetallic piece, meaning it is constructed from 2 different metals combined into a single coin, typically featuring a nickel-brass outer ring and a copper-nickel inner core, a design choice that not only creates a distinctive appearance but also helps prevent counterfeiting by making the coin more difficult to reproduce illegally. And this bimetallic structure also gives the coin a balanced weight and durability that allows it to withstand years of circulation in markets, public transportation, vending machines, and everyday transactions throughout Türkiye. And for collectors, the combination of historical significance, artistic design, and modern minting technology makes the Turkish 1 lira coin a fascinating subject to study because it represents far more than its face value. It represents the story of a nation that has continually adapted its currency to reflect economic realities and national identity. And whether found in everyday change or preserved in a collector's album, the Turkish 1 lira coin serves as a small but powerful symbol of Türkiye's modern history and its continuing journey as a nation balancing tradition with progress. When collectors continue exploring the story of the Turkish 1 lira coin, they quickly realized that this coin represents much more than a simple unit of currency used in everyday transactions, because behind its bimetallic structure and elegant national design lies a complex narrative of economic reform, technological innovation, and cultural symbolism that reflects the evolution of modern Turkey. And to fully appreciate the importance of the 1 lira coin, it is essential to understand how the country's monetary system changed over time as inflation, political developments, and global economic forces reshaped the value and structure of the Turkish lira, particularly during the late 20th century, when Turkey experienced extremely high inflation that caused banknotes and coins to carry increasingly large numbers, sometimes reaching into the millions of lira for ordinary purchases, a situation that created confusion in daily commerce and weakened public confidence in the currency. And this challenge eventually led the Turkish government to introduce one of the most dramatic currency reforms in modern financial history when 6 zeros were removed from the old Turkish lira in 2005, creating what was known as the new Turkish lira, a move designed to simplify financial transactions and stabilize the monetary system while symbolizing a fresh economic beginning for the nation. And during this transition, the modern 1 lira coin emerged as one of the most important denominations in circulation because it replaced values that previously required extremely large numerical amounts, allowing everyday transactions to become easier for citizens and businesses across the country. And the design of the coin itself was carefully chosen to represent the identity and pride of the Turkish Republic, most prominently through the portrait of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, whose image appears on the obverse side of the coin as a tribute to the visionary leader who transformed the former Ottoman Empire into a modern secular republic in 1923, and the continued presence of Atatürk's portrait on Turkish coinage reflects the deep respect and admiration that Turkish society holds for his leadership, reforms, and enduring influence on national culture, education, and governance. And for collectors, this portrait is particularly interesting because it demonstrates how currency can preserve historical memory by placing the image of a national founder into the everyday lives of citizens who handle these coins during ordinary activities such as shopping, traveling, or using public transportation, effectively turning each coin into a small reminder of the country's revolutionary transformation during the early 20th century. And when turning the coin to its reverse side, collectors encounter a beautifully balanced design that combines the numeric value of 1 lira with ornamental patterns inspired by traditional Turkish motifs, reflecting a long artistic tradition that blends influences from Anatolian, Ottoman, and Central Asian cultural heritage, creating a visual style that feels both historic and modern at the same time. And these artistic elements demonstrate how coin designers carefully incorporate national identity into currency so that even the smallest denominations can express a sense of cultural pride and continuity. And the production of these coins is carried out by the Turkish State Mint, an institution with centuries of experience in minting coins and official medals for the Turkish state, using advanced machinery and strict quality control processes to ensure that every coin meets precise standards of size, weight, and durability before entering circulation. And the bimetallic structure of the 1 lira coin also serves a practical purpose beyond aesthetics, because combining two different metals not only creates a visually distinctive appearance, but also enhances security by making the coin more difficult to counterfeit. A feature that has become increasingly important in modern currency systems where governments must protect the integrity of their coins and banknotes against sophisticated imitation attempts. And from a numismatic perspective, collectors also appreciate the subtle variations that can appear in coins produced in different years, including minor differences in minting quality, luster, and wear patterns, all of which can influence the desirability of certain coins when they are preserved in high-grade condition. And although the Turkish 1 lira coin is still relatively modern compared to ancient or medieval coins, its connection to major economic reforms and its elegant national symbolism make it a fascinating subject for collectors who enjoy studying how modern countries design and produce their circulating currency. And by examining these coins closely, we gain a deeper appreciation for how a nation's history, economy, and artistic heritage can all be captured within a single coin that continues to circulate through the hands of millions of people every day. As collectors continue exploring the fascinating story of the Turkish 1 lira coin, attention naturally begins to shift toward the technical features, variations, and collecting opportunities that make this modern coin particularly interesting within the world of numismatics, because while many people simply use the coin for everyday transactions, experienced collectors understand that even modern circulating coins can contain subtle differences, rare errors, and historical changes that greatly increase their value and desirability over time. And one of the most noticeable features that distinguishes the Turkish 1 lira coin from many other modern coins is its bimetallic construction, a minting technique in which two different metals are combined into a single coin consisting of a central core surrounded by an outer ring. A design that not only gives the coin its distinctive appearance, but also improves durability and security by making counterfeiting significantly more difficult. And the technology required to produce such coins is highly sophisticated because the two metals must be precisely joined together during the minting process, without separating during years of circulation, a challenge that is handled by the skilled engineers and technicians working at the Turkish State Mint, the official institution responsible for producing Turkiye's coins and metals with strict quality control standards, ensuring that every coin meets the correct weight, diameter, and composition required for circulation within the national monetary system. And when collectors examine the coin closely, they often appreciate how the contrasting colors of the outer ring and inner core create a visually striking design that helps the coin stand out from smaller denominations, while also making it easier for people to quickly identify its value in everyday transactions such as public transportation, vending machines, or market purchases. And this practicality is an important part of modern coin design because currency must be easily recognizable and durable enough to survive years of handling, friction, and environmental exposure without losing its defining features. And beyond the technical aspects of the coin's construction, the design itself also carries strong symbolic meaning for the Turkish nation, particularly through the portrait of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk that appears prominently on the obverse side, serving as a permanent tribute to the visionary leader whose reforms transformed the country during the early 20th century. And for collectors, the continued presence of Atatürk's portrait on modern Turkish coins demonstrates how currency can function as a powerful cultural symbol that keeps the memory of important historical figures alive in the daily life of a nation. Because every time someone handles a coin bearing his likeness, they are indirectly reminded of the revolutionary changes that shaped modern Turkey, including the adoption of secular governance, educational reform, and the establishment of a modern national identity that replaced the former imperial system of the Ottoman era. And when turning the coin to its reverse side, collectors encounter an elegant arrangement of ornamental patterns surrounding the numerical value of 1 lira, a design that blends traditional Turkish artistic influences with modern minimalist style, creating a balance between heritage and contemporary aesthetics that reflects the country's broader cultural identity as a bridge between Europe and Asia. And this artistic combination also highlights the important role that coin designers play in shaping how a nation visually represents itself through its currency, because each detail engraved into the coin must communicate meaning while remaining clear and recognizable even after years of circulation wear. And from a collecting perspective, the Turkish 1 lira coin has also attracted interest due to the possibility of minting errors or unusual variations that occasionally occur during production, such as off-center strikes, misaligned dies, or slight imperfections in the bimetallic bonding process, all of which can transform an ordinary coin into a rare and valuable collectible when discovered by attentive collectors who carefully examine their coins. And although such errors are relatively uncommon due to modern quality control systems, they remain a fascinating aspect of coin collecting because they reveal the complex industrial process behind coin production and remind us that even the most advanced manufacturing systems can occasionally produce unexpected results. And as more collectors begin studying modern Turkish coins, the 1 lira denomination continues to gain attention not only for its practical importance in everyday commerce, but also for its historical connection to the major currency reform that reshaped Turkey's monetary system in the early 21st century, making it a coin that represents both technological innovation and economic transformation within a single compact piece of currency that continues to circulate throughout the country today. As the exploration of the Turkish 1 lira coin continues, collectors and historians often begin focusing on the rare varieties, minting peculiarities, and potential collectible value that modern coins can develop over time, because even though the 1 lira coin is still widely used in daily commerce throughout Turkey, the passage of time gradually transforms ordinary circulating coins into historical artifacts that attract increasing interest among numismatists, especially when certain years, minting conditions, or production anomalies make particular coins more difficult to find in excellent condition, and this process has been observed repeatedly in the world of coin collecting, where denominations that were once extremely common eventually become highly sought after once they disappear from circulation or are replaced by new designs. And this possibility makes modern coins fascinating for collectors who enjoy studying subtle variations and identifying pieces that may one day become rare. And the Turkish 1 lira coin provides a perfect example of how a contemporary currency can already begin developing a collecting community around it, particularly because it represents an important moment in the economic history of the country following the major currency reform that removed 6 zeros from the old Turkish lira in 2005, a reform that simplified financial transactions and symbolized a new chapter for the national economy. And this transition also reinforced the presence of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk on the coin's obverse side, ensuring that the image of the republic's founder would continue appearing on modern currency as a reminder of the political and social transformation he initiated during the early 20th century when the Republic of Turkey was established from the remnants of the Ottoman Empire. And for collectors, the continued depiction of Atatürk on circulating coins provides a direct connection between modern financial systems and the historical legacy of the country's founding era, effectively turning each coin into a small historical monument that passes from hand to hand throughout the nation. And when studying the coin more carefully, enthusiasts often examine details such as strike quality, surface luster, and wear patterns, because these characteristics determine the coin's grade and ultimately its collectible value within the numismatic market, with uncirculated examples that retain their original mint shine typically commanding the highest interest among collectors who prefer coins that appear almost exactly as they did when first produced by the Turkish state mint, the historic institution responsible for manufacturing the country's official coinage with advanced minting equipment and strict quality control standards. And although the majority of Turkish 1 lira coins are produced for circulation rather than collectors, special commemorative sets and proof versions are sometimes issued with enhanced finishing techniques that create mirror-like surfaces and sharply defined design details, making them particularly attractive for numismatists who appreciate the craftsmanship involved in high-quality coin production. And beyond officially issued collector coins, there is also significant interest in minting errors, which occur when something unusual happens during the striking process, such as a coin being struck slightly off-center, experiencing die misalignment, or displaying minor imperfections in the bonding between the inner core and outer ring of the bimetallic structure. And while modern minting technology greatly reduces the likelihood of such errors, the few examples that do appear can become extremely intriguing discoveries for collectors who carefully inspect their coins, sometimes transforming a coin worth only 1 lira into a collectible piece valued far above its face value due to its rarity and unusual characteristics. And this excitement surrounding the search for rare varieties is one of the reasons coin collecting remains such a popular hobby around the world, because it combines historical research, artistic appreciation, and the thrill of discovery into a single activity that can be enjoyed by people of all ages. And in the case of the Turkish 1 lira coin, this sense of discovery is enhanced by the coin's distinctive bimetallic design, which makes even minor variations easier to observe when compared with single metal coins, encouraging collectors to examine details such as color differences, edge characteristics, and the alignment of the inner core relative to the outer ring, all of which contribute to the fascinating complexity of modern coin production. And as more years pass and new generations of coins enter circulation, the earlier issues of the Turkish 1 lira may gradually become more desirable among collectors who wish to assemble complete sets representing different minting years and conditions, ensuring that this seemingly ordinary coin will continue to attract attention within the numismatic community for decades to come. As the story of the Turkish 1 lira coin continues to unfold, collectors and historians increasingly recognize that even modern circulating coins can become important historical artifacts that reflect the economic journey, technological progress, and cultural identity of the nation that produces them. And the Turkish 1 lira coin is a perfect example of how a small, everyday object can carry deep meaning far beyond its face value because it represents not only the purchasing power of the currency, but also the political and economic stability of the Republic of Turkey during the early 21st century, a period marked by modernization, financial restructuring, and the strengthening of national institutions that oversee the production and distribution of currency throughout the country. And when collectors carefully examine the coin, they quickly notice the portrait of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk on the obverse side, a design choice that holds enormous symbolic importance because Atatürk is widely regarded as the architect of modern Turkey, the leader who guided the country through the transition from the Ottoman imperial system to a modern republic founded on principles of national sovereignty, secular governance, and educational reform. And by placing his image on the nation's currency, the government ensures that his legacy remains visible in the daily life of millions of citizens who handle coins during ordinary activities such as shopping, commuting, and conducting business transactions, effectively transforming each coin into a miniature historical reminder of the revolutionary changes that shaped the modern Turkish state. And this tradition of honoring national founders on currency is not unique to Turkey, but is part of a broader global practice in which countries use coins and banknotes to commemorate influential leaders, cultural achievements, and important milestones in their national history, allowing currency to function not only as a medium of exchange, but also as a tool for preserving collective memory and national identity. And in addition to its symbolic portrait, the Turkish 1 lira coin also features an elegant reverse design that reflects traditional Turkish artistic influences, incorporating ornamental motifs that echo patterns found in historic architecture, textiles, and decorative arts throughout Anatolia and the wider region, creating a visual link between modern monetary systems and centuries of cultural heritage that continue to shape the country's identity today. And the production of such coins requires remarkable technical precision because the modern 1 lira coin is bimetallic, consisting of two different metals fused together into a single durable piece that can withstand years of circulation without losing its structural integrity, a process carried out by the skilled specialists at the Turkish State Mint, the official institution responsible for manufacturing coins, metals, and secure documents for the Turkish government. And the mint employs advanced machinery capable of producing millions of coins each year while maintaining strict quality control standards that ensure every coin meets the correct specifications for weight, diameter, and metallic composition. And this level of precision is essential because coins must function reliably in automated systems such as vending machines, ticket dispensers, and banking equipment, where even small variations could cause mechanical errors or disruptions in financial transactions. And for collectors, the technical sophistication behind modern coin production adds another layer of fascination to the hobby because it demonstrates how industrial engineering, metallurgy, and artistic design all come together to create objects that are both functional and aesthetically meaningful. And while many people overlook the coins they carry in their pockets, numismatists recognize that each coin represents a snapshot of economic policy, technological capability, and cultural symbolism at the moment it was produced. And this understanding encourages collectors to preserve coins in excellent condition whenever possible, storing them in protective holders or albums that prevent damage from moisture, friction, or environmental contamination, ensuring that future generations will be able to study and appreciate these coins as historical artifacts that document the evolution of modern currency systems. And as the Turkish economy continues to develop and new designs or denominations may eventually be introduced, the current generation of 1 lira coins will gradually become part of the historical record of the nation's monetary system, providing future historians and collectors with valuable insights into the economic reforms and cultural values that defined Turkey during the early decades of the 21st century, reminding us that even the most ordinary coins circulating today may one day be regarded as important pieces of history that tell the story of a nation's journey through time. As we reach the final stage of exploring the remarkable journey of the Turkish 1 lira coin, It becomes clear that this small but powerful piece of currency represents much more than a simple monetary denomination used in everyday transactions, because behind its metallic structure and elegant design lies a complete story of national identity, economic transformation, and the continuous evolution of modern coinage technology. And for collectors around the world, the Turkish 1 lira coin has gradually become an interesting modern collectible precisely because it connects the past, present, and future of the Republic of Türkiye within a single bimetallic coin that continues to circulate in markets, shops, transportation systems, and businesses across the country. And when people examine the coin, they immediately recognize the dignified portrait of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk displayed on the obverse side, a tribute to the visionary leader whose reforms reshaped the nation during the early 20th century and whose legacy remains deeply embedded in Turkish culture, education, and governance even today. And this portrait does more than simply decorate the coin because it symbolizes the foundation of the modern republic and serves as a daily reminder of the historical transformation that occurred when Turkey emerged from the final years of the Ottoman Empire and established itself as an independent and progressive nation committed to modernization and national unity. And collectors often appreciate how currency can function as a form of historical storytelling, with each design element reflecting a specific chapter of a country's journey through political change, cultural development, and economic reform. And the Turkish 1 lira coin illustrates this concept perfectly because it was introduced during a period of major monetary restructuring that followed decades of inflation, which had previously forced the Turkish currency to carry extremely large numerical values, sometimes reaching millions of lira for ordinary purchases, creating difficulties in financial transactions and weakening public confidence in the currency system. And the decision to remove 6 zeros from the Turkish lira in 2005 was therefore not only an economic reform but also a symbolic reset that allowed the country to present a stronger and more stable monetary identity to both its citizens and the international financial community. And within this context, the modern 1 lira coin emerged as one of the most important denominations in circulation because it became widely used in everyday commerce, gradually replacing smaller notes and helping simplify transactions in shops, markets, and public transportation throughout the country. And the production of this coin is handled by the historic Turkish State Mint, an institution responsible for ensuring that every coin meets strict standards of weight, size, metallic composition, and durability before entering circulation. Using advanced minting machinery capable of striking millions of coins with remarkable precision while maintaining consistent quality across each production batch, and this technological capability highlights how modern coin production has evolved from traditional handcrafted minting methods into a highly sophisticated industrial process involving metallurgy, engineering, and automated quality control systems designed to guarantee reliability in national currency. And from a numismatic perspective, collectors also enjoy studying how coins like the Turkish 1 lira may develop collectible value over time, especially when certain years become less common, when coins are preserved in exceptional uncirculated condition, or when rare minting errors appear during production such as off-center strikes or unusual bonding variations between the inner core and outer ring of the bimetallic structure. And although most 1 lira coins are produced in large numbers for everyday circulation, these occasional variations and the natural process of coins disappearing from circulation can eventually transform ordinary pieces into desirable collector items that attract attention in the numismatic market. And this possibility is one of the reasons coin collecting remains such a fascinating hobby, because it encourages people to carefully examine the small objects they encounter in daily life, revealing hidden stories and historical significance that might otherwise go unnoticed. And as time continues to pass, the modern Turkish 1 lira coin will gradually take its place among the many historical coins that document the economic and cultural development of the nation, serving as a tangible reminder of the reforms and innovations that shaped Türkiye during the early 21st century, proving that even a simple coin carried in a pocket or purse can represent an entire chapter of national history when viewed through the eyes of collectors and historians who understand the deeper meaning behind the currency that moves through society every day. And for anyone interested in coin collecting, monetary history, or the cultural symbolism of modern currency, the Turkish 1 lira coin offers a fascinating example of how design, economics, and national identity can come together in a single piece of metal that continues to circulate throughout the Republic of Turkey today, quietly carrying with it the story of a nation's resilience, progress, and enduring heritage. And with that, we conclude today's exploration of this remarkable coin and its place within the world of modern numismatics. And if you enjoyed discovering the history, design, and potential value of the Turkish 1 lira coin, be sure to keep exploring the coins in your own collection, because you never know which ordinary coin might hold an extraordinary story waiting to be uncovered. And as always, thank you for joining this journey into the fascinating world of coins and currency, and thanks for watching.